Very good morning to all of you. In this class, I am going to start with another important topic of chapter photosynthesis in higher plant, and the topic is chemiosmotic hypothesis. The chemiosmotic hypothesis was first given by the Mitchell in 1961. Given by Mitchell in 1961. Chemiosmotic hypothesis is introduced how ATP get formed from FOF1 particle. So what we need for the synthesis of ATP molecule from the thylakoid membrane or thylakoid lumen together. First, we will discuss about how the proton gradient function in the synthesis of ATP molecule from the FOF1 particle together. The ATP gets synthesized from electron transport system, both present in mitochondria or in chloroplast. Because in the light reaction, the aim of light reaction is the synthesis of ATP molecule, and ATP molecule breakdown of splitting of water molecule, electron transport through the electron transport system or electron gradient. ATP gets synthesized because of the irregular or continuous emission of electron from the reaction center cause the deficiency of electron on the chlorophyll A reaction center. So for recovery of the electrons that are emitted from the reaction center, always the splitting of water takes place for the recovery of electron on the reaction center. So that's why the proton increase inside the lumen. So whatever how many amount of proton released by the splitting of water. First we discuss about from where the proton, because the chemiosmotic hypothesis is related with the proton gradient and the ATP synthesis first. So first we discuss about the thylakoid. In the chloroplast, if we talk about the structure of chloroplast, so structure of chloroplast is double membranous, outer or inner membrane. Now, or inside the lumen of the chloroplast, the grana are found. Grana is formed by the thylakoid, or the stroma laminae connect the two grana with each other. Or in the thylakoid membrane, the photosynthetic pigment first and second are present, which help in the transport of electron through the electron transport system. Finally, ATP and NADPH form. Now, the thylakoid membrane is related here. The one structure of thylakoid we found in quite bigger than the present, so that I arrange all the photosynthetic pigment and FOF1 particles. So here is the membrane of thylakoid. Because the thylakoid membrane is again it is also a double membranous structure. Double membranous. Double membranous structure. All the double membranous structure. All the pigments or photosystem are present in the membrane. Here is photosystem second, which absorb the light of 680 nanometer, transfer electron to electron carrier plastoquinone, which transfer the plastoquinone H2 electron to the plastoquinone H2. What actually do the plastoquinone? It transfer the proton from matrix or stroma in the lumen. In the lumen. So it transfer the electron in such a manner. Now the plastoquinone transfer electron to the B6F cytochrome B6F. The cytochrome B6 is a part of electron transport system. Is a protein of electron transport system. Here is electron. Now here B6F again transport electron to the photosystem first, which absorb the light of 700 nanometer, and near the photosystem second, here photosystem first transfer electron to ferredoxin electron carrier, ferredoxin electron acceptor. Ferredoxin transfer the electron to the NADP reductase, NADP reductase, which form ATP from which forms and also through the electron and proton from the lumen. Electron from the electron transport system or photosystem first, and proton from the matrix or stroma. They reduce the NADP plus to form NADP H plus. So this is the overall mechanism of synthesis of ATP molecule. Overall synthesis of ATP molecule through the chemiosmotic hypothesis. Now let us discuss what happened when here from the stroma the plastoquinone also drain proton into the lumen, or NADP reductase also synthesize reduce NADP plus from the proton and electron to form NADP H plus. So this will make the synthesis of NADP H plus. Now in the stroma, overall the proton concentration decrease, or inside the lumen the proton concentration increase, because plastoquinone transfer the proton into the lumen. Also because of regular or continuous emission of electron from the reaction center cause the deficiency of electron. That deficiency of electron recovered by the splitting of water. So splitting of water near the photosystem second is happen, where the one water molecule is split into two proton and two electron and half oxygen molecule. Now these two electron transport to the photosystem second reaction center, whereas two proton present inside the lumen and cause regular increase in the proton in the lumen, decrease the pH decrease inside the lumen of thylakoid. Now here is again the FOF1 particle is efficiency of electron recovered by the splitting of water. So splitting of water near the photosystem second is happen, where the one water molecule is split into two proton and two electron and half oxygen molecule. Now these two electron transport to the photosystem second reaction center, whereas two proton present inside the lumen and cause regular increase in the proton in the lumen, decrease the pH decrease inside the lumen of thylakoid. Now here is again the FOF1 particle is situated in the lumen, in the membrane of thylakoid. Here is CFO particle and CF1 particle. CF1 particle consists of ATPase enzyme. ATPase enzyme. CFOF1 particle is a protein or proton pump. CFOF1 particle function as a proton pump, or through the proton pump that they use the proton gradient present in the lumen of the thylakoid. So CFOF1 particle use proton gradient, for the synthesis of ATP So this is the process of synthesis of ATP, where CFOF1 particle use the proton gradient for the synthesis of ATP. What actually do the proton? Because the ATPase enzyme have ability to synthesize or bind ADP, adenosine diphosphate, plus inorganic phosphate, both together and form the ATP molecule. Or the protons are used for making energy, provide energy to the ATPase enzyme. That means through the proton, the ATPase enzyme get activated, which is present in the CF1 particle. So that's why the protons are needed for making energetic to the CF1 particle. Here, increase in the concentration of proton, increase in the concentration of proton, decrease the pH, or if the pH is decreased in the lumen, they cause the degeneration of the membrane of lumen, degeneration of the membrane of thylakoid. So that's why the proton gradient is also needed. A proton pump is also needed for emitting proton into the lumen, so that the concentration of pH may balance in stroma, get balance in stroma or in the lumen. That's why the FOF1 particle function, because we know during the non-cyclic and cyclic photophosphorylation, in non-cyclic photophosphorylation happens in the thylakoid membrane, where the cyclic photophosphorylation happens in the lamellae of the stroma lamellae. So stroma lamellae, in the thylakoid membrane only ATP gets synthesized, where where in the stroma lamellae NADPH is not synthesized, because they also don't have the NADP H molecule, NADP reductase molecule. That's why NADP is not synthesizing by the, or only the photosystem first is present, second is absent. So there is no splitting of water happens, because the splitting of water always takes place in the photosystem first. Now there is through the proton increase in the lumen of thylakoid from the plastoquinone, which increase the gradient of proton gradient in the lumen by transferring the proton from the stroma into the lumen, and also from the photosystem second, where the splitting of water takes place. Through each splitting, 2 protons release into the lumen. Now here the proton gradient works through the proton pump. CFOF1 particle function as a proton gradient function function in the transferring of proton through through two proton. When two proton enter into the CFOF1 particle, because they CF0 particle change CFO particle function as a proton pump or channels through which the protons get transferred into the CF1 particle, or through the proton transferring of proton into the CF1 particle, the configuration of ATPase enzyme get changed, or the proton makes ATPase enzyme active, or due to activation of ATPase enzyme, they convert the ADP and plus inorganic phosphate into ATP molecule. So it can be also it also say in the chemical hypothesis that two protons synthesize one molecule of ATP. So from two proton, one molecule of ATP gets synthesized. One ATP gets synthesized. Now overall, this hypothesis is related with the proton gradient, because in the mitochondria the proton gradient function and through the electron transport or proton gradient ATP gets synthesized. Where the proton pump is also situated in the mitochondrial lumen, or the proton ATP gets synthesized with the help of where the FOF1 particle through the FOF1 particle, where the FOF1 particle present in the inner membrane of the mitochondria, or they transfer the proton in the intermitochondrial space, or through the proton gradient the ATP gets synthesized. So here in the thylakoid membrane, the ATP also synthesized through the electron transport system, where the FOF1 particle set to be that they use the gradient of proton. Each two proton is needed for the activation of ATPase enzyme, or if the ATPase enzyme get activated, they bind the inorganic phosphate and ADP, adenosine diphosphate, to convert and form the ATP molecule. So it is that's why it is said that two proton need for the synthesize one ATP molecule. Here is the overall the chemiosmotic hypothesis, which was given by the Mitchell in 1961, where it is overall about the proton gradient which is present in the lumen of thylakoid. Here all the photosystem and electron carrier molecules are present in the lumen of thylakoid. Here photosystem second, which absorb the light of 680 nanometer, transfer the electron. When the light passes to the photosystem first, photon passes on the photosystem second, the reaction center emit the electron, or electron get excited or jump into an orbit from the atomic nucleus, which is accepted by the plastoquinone. Plastoquinone is a proton acceptor molecule, but in this case they receive the electron from the reaction center, which is emitted by the reaction center. Here plastoquinone transfer the proton from the stroma into the lumen of the thylakoid, or receive the electron. Then electron is transmitted to the cytochrome B6F, or cytochrome B6F is a part of the electron transport system. Then from the electron transport system B6F, the electron passes to the plastocyanin PC, also said to be PC. Plastocyanin passes electron to the photosystem first, which absorb the light of 700 nanometer. Again, when the photon strike on the photosynthetic pigment, the electron get again excited or jump into an orbit from the atomic nucleus, which is accepted by ferredoxin. Again, ferredoxin transmit the electron to the NADP reductase, or NADP reductase use electron and proton for the stroma matrix and form the NADP H plus from the NADP plus. So this is the overall mechanism of synthesis of ATP from NADPH from the electron transport system or the photosystem first and second, which is present in the thylakoid membrane. Altogether, due to the continuous emitting of electron from the reaction center, decrease in the electron concentration in the reaction center, that is recovered by the splitting of water molecule happens in the photosystem near the photosystem second. From one water molecule, 2 ATP, one water molecule is split to form 2 proton, 2 electron and half oxygen molecule. That's why during the photosynthesis oxygen molecule evolve, not the use. But in the respiration process oxygen is used, not evolve. So this is the difference in between the photosynthesis phosphorylation actually phosphorylation and photophosphorylation. Now, all together from the matrix and the splitting of water, proton get increase in the lumen, or that increase in the concentration, decrease in the pH, increase in the concentration of proton, decrease the pH of lumen. For reducing the effect of these proton on the membrane, the proton pump used for the synthesis of ATP, where FO-F1 particle used in the ATP synthesis, FO particle present in the lumen, present in the membrane of thylakoid, or CF1 particle present towards the matrix but attached to the CFO particle. Now, CF1 particle consists of ATPase enzyme for making energetic ATPase to ATPase enzyme, 2 proton pump used for making energetic ATPase enzyme, or that's why when CFO-F1 particle transfer proton from lumen to the matrix, due to the change in the configuration of the ATPase enzyme, ATPase synthesize or bind ADP molecule and inorganic phosphate to form the ATP molecule. So this is the overall mechanism of synthesis of ATP molecule from the proton gradient. That's why the electron gradient and proton gradient as well as proton gradient used in the formation of ATP or NADPH2 from the light reaction. So this is the chemiosmotic hypothesis, is the part of the light reaction where the splitting of water, ATP synthesis of ATP molecule and synthesis of NADPH molecule both takes place. Now here is the overall about the synthesis of chemiosmotic hypothesis and synthesis of ATP molecule, where the 2 protons need for the synthesis of 1 ATP molecule. So this is the overall mechanism of synthesis of ATP molecule from the proton gradient. That's why the electron gradient and proton gradient as well as proton gradient used in the formation of ATP or NADPH2 from the light reaction. So this is the chemiosmotic hypothesis, is the part of the light reaction where the splitting of water, ATP synthesis of ATP molecule and synthesis of NADPH molecule both takes place. Now here is the overall about the synthesis of chemiosmotic hypothesis and synthesis of ATP molecule, where the 2 protons need for the synthesis of 1 ATP molecule. So it can be also said that 1 water molecule used in the synthesis of 1 water molecule synthesize 1 ATP molecule and half oxygen molecule. So it is mandatory line also said to be of the chemiosmotic thesis. chemiosmotic hypothesis. So here is overall about the chemiosmotic hypothesis. I hope you like this video, student, and thank you for listening and watching me.